Hey there, today is September 16th and this is our garden walkthrough video. Check it out. Here in the front are some of our projects. You can see we ripped up our longan this week. We harvested some of the fruit off of it. I wasn't really interested in it. I'd rather eat a mango, so we ripped it up. In this front, this is papaya with some citronella grass, so whenever we come outside we can rub this on us and we won't get attacked by mosquitoes as much. That's an orange sherbet mango. You can see a wall of sugarcane. We're using sugarcane as a living fence, and we have cassava growing. There's cassava about every 10 feet. We also have moringa throughout the garden and lots of fruit trees. So this is our Pickering mango, and then back there is Floragon. And in the front, before we move too far, this is a loquat. This is the Christmas variety, and this whole trellis is purple and yellow passion fruit. This first large tree is a soursop. This is just a seedling. And down there is katuk, which is edible greens. There's peanut butter fruit. We've got cotton, all growing for fun. Here's that moringa. We've got basil. That is not a passion fruit, that's maypop. It has its own medicinal value. Porterweed is a great pollinator. You can also make a tea out of it and eat the leaves or eat the flowers. This is a jaboticaba with a Thai pepper. More edible leaf hibiscus on the ground. Katuk. Oh, I forgot the avocado. It's been covered, so we finally freed it. So down there is a ooh la la avocado. There's sorrel or Florida cranberry. Down here is one of our favorite flowers. This is a chenille flower. Here are several June plums. We're still trying to figure out how to eat them. There's a blackberry jam fruit. More sugar cane. Papaya. That is a Venus mango. All there are different types of bananas. We'll go this trail. And these are Prime Arc Freedom blackberries. They're very prolific, super sweet. Super sweet. Let's try one. We're also using the fence as a trellis for green beans. These are Thai Soldier green beans. They can take the Florida heat without pests. These are all different kinds of blackberries, but those Prime Arc Freedom are the best. Pigeon pea. Our pigeon pea is growing to protect our miracle fruit berry on the floor. And then in the front is black sapote or chocolate pudding fruit. There's also Mysore raspberry, but it seems like raspberries don't do very well. That's sky vine, really pretty flower. There's blueberries. There's beautyberry. We've got lots of firebush in the garden. Put it on your skin if you have any burns or anything. There is a peach. Back there are more blueberries, a goji berry, mulberry, more cassia. I don't want to forget our mango. This is our lemon meringue. I'll go back here for just a moment. This is Barbados Cherry. And it's loaded with cherries. Pretty sure the birds have been eating them. On this island, this is a papaya. That's a yellow variety. We're waiting for that to come out. This is Grumichama. More porterweed, lemongrass. That is Cassia, Candelabra Cassia or Senna alata. I'm going to make a video shortly about that plant. And this is our rosy gold mango. You can see that there are blueberries also on the ground. They're being swamped right now. So we're going to cut this Cassia back to restart it to that. It gets pretty big. Alright, now we have, there's more moringa and a banana tree. And then here we have our My One jackfruit. It is as tall as I am. And before we go to the backyard, let's check out some more things we have growing on in this front. So this is another sorrel. This is the white variety. It tastes just like the cranberries. That is a butterscotch sapodilla. And then back there is a wax jambu. And then the peanut butter fruit. This front yard area, this is only 1 year old. Last year it looked completely different. We had raised beds, an oak tree, crazy. And then we have our backyard. So we started the garden back here almost 10 years ago. We've been adding the tropicals, the edible tropicals since then. So here we have a jaboticaba. It's really slow growing, but you can see it put on a lot of growth this summer. It's starting finally to cool down. We didn't get much rain, but the tropicals are loving it. This is more firebush. See the porterweed. Back here is a noni. It's also called vomit fruit. So that's gonna be fun. We have edible leaf hibiscus a lot throughout the garden. Here is one of my favorite blooms. This is sweet almond. It's getting nice and big. We prune heavily. So if you want to have a nice full garden, you have to prune. Don't be afraid. This is coconut cream mango. Behind coconut cream, we have different hibiscus. See, the bees are loving it. Here is Cestrum. We have in my shadow, that is a Ruby Supreme 1030 guava. See more edible leaf hibiscus. If we push through this little trail next to the cassava, back here we have a mulberry. This is the Shangri-La mulberry, and we're top working it to 3 more varieties we got from the Rare Fruit Council meeting last week. That's a really pretty hibiscus. You can see he's hungry. We've got lots of pigeon pea growing, more sorrel. You can see the blooms, African basil. Alright, so we called that our little pollinator section. And then we have an island next to it. See, there's a papaya. I think it's starting to flower. Male flowers, though. And then we are growing okra. There's salvia. More bananas. This is just more porterweed. And then a jackfruit. And this is China jackfruit. And more moringa. Back here we have celosia, it's an edible green, more basil, there's a Plumeria, and then back there, just check out, here's a cha-cha, Cilantro doesn't grow here, so we're growing culantro. That is Silas wood sapodilla. There's ginger. I'm not sure if that's the blue ginger or the pine cone ginger. I think it's pine cone, but we didn't have any pine cones yet this year. Here's a coffee tree, and this Brazilian bellflower is still flowering. On this island, we have Silas Woods sapodilla and more ginger. There's blueberries. That is a strawberry tree. Makes little cherries that taste like cotton candy. Down there is a mame somewhere. There it is. The mame. Let's go back here. This island, there are different heliconias and tropicals. There is a coffee, more coffee. I think there are 3 trees of coffee. These are all just flowers. This is world's best mulberry. We pruned it to use to propagate. There are blueberries. Blueberries really don't do well at all. Mango back here is orange essence. Along the fence we have cerasee, yams, and Dutchman pipevine for the pollinators. They bring in the butterflies. We have more roselle. There is the Pakistan mulberry. Lots of Dutchman pipevine behind our bananas. Got Heliconia. That is a white sapote, the Campbell variety. And there's a cacao back there under another moringa tree. On this island, it's one of the best smells, Chinese perfume. And then we have more, another loquat. This is the Oliver variety. And lots of sorrel and edible leaf hibiscus. The front is a choquette avocado. There's also a jaboticaba in there. Back here, this is an ice cream bean. And then you can see our Plumeria are blooming next to the butterfly pea vine. So that's really pretty. Let's go to this island. This is Clematis. This smells so good. Above Clematis, we have our carambola. This is the Fwang Tung variety. This is white chocolate jasmine. It smells so good. It's also producing its berries. That is coffee. And then this tree up here is Queen's Wreath. At the bottom there you'll see a torch, the torch bromeliad. Pushing through here is another jaboticaba, Plumeria. Down there is an aki. It's grown a lot. It's still very small, but it's grown a lot. I think we planted that as a 1 gallon. We have more Cassia. There we have 3 papayas, and they're protecting a cacao. But I don't want to forget that here is another mango. This is Pineapple Pleasure. Here's canna. We use it for chop and drop. You can also eat the roots. More cotton. So we grew cotton just to try it out, and it works. We got cotton everywhere in the garden. This is Silas Woods avocado. Nope, Silas Woods sapodilla, my apologies. And this is an edible leaf hibiscus. This is a perennial. It's super hardy, and the leaves are much bigger than the other variety. And we've got basil on the ground. Go right through this pathway. Oh, that is a green sapote, the Whitman variety. This is a Sherbert Berry tree. It's flowering again. It's got fruits on it again. Here's another jackfruit. I think this is the Cochin variety. Got pineapples. And there's the cacao. We have 2 yellow pods and I think an orange pod cacao. And in this island we also have another peanut butter fruit. So it's kind of leggy. We want to encourage it to have more lateral growth and bushiness, so we're probably going to prune it soon. This is a really pretty canna. Not the best for today's walkthrough, but it's pretty. Alright, it's very bright. So we have some bananas next to our compost. And there is a Ronnie avocado. You can see our fire spikes are coming. And this is our Tahitian hat. So this makes pink and purple blooms. The whole thing will. Pretty crazy. Alright, so that's it pretty much for the backyard. Let's go to the side yard. So first we have a custard apple. This is the San Pablo variety. Then we have a Barbados Cherry. In this bed we're growing sweet potatoes, and we're also trying, I'm not sure what that is. My husband's trying some kind of yam or something. There are still the plums in the ground, but we're not really concerned. We're just going to rip those up. All along the back you can see our shampoo ginger is coming up. And there's a rosy gold mango. Planted her as a 1 gallon. This bed is full of sweet potatoes, and this bed was roselle or sorrel, and they say 1 per like 2 feet, and this is why, because they get huge. And then when we had that mini hurricane last month or so, it knocked them all out. In the center we have another cassava. You want to make sure that whenever you're planting, you're also utilizing the ground for carbs, so cassava is a good source for that. In this bed we have potato mint. Outside there is mountain soursop, some more edible leaf hibiscus, and lemongrass. This is a Cherimoya, pretty sure. And then here was a fruit. In this bed there is turmeric and more cotton and basil. Behind the cotton is more jackfruit. That's the golden nugget variety. And then there's another sapodilla. This is the Molish variety. So this is winter cassia. Not sure what's coming up, it's so bright. This is a nitrogen fixer, so it's also feeding the nearby plants by pulling nitrogen from the atmosphere and working with bacteria in the soil. Alright, let's go to the side garden. We also have rain barrels. I think we have like 12 rain barrels or something now. There's pepper. We're working on grafting, or we're working on air layering. So you can see, got roots for my Bougainvillea. This is a red sugar apple, pretty sure. In this bed we have more ginger. Everglades tomatoes never seem to work for us, but we can see there are green beans, volunteer green beans. There is a white sapote, the Campbell variety, being protected by an orange tree we ripped up due to citrus greening. You can see our yam trellis. We had our longan here, our BK Longan. We harvested the fruit, didn't really enjoy it, so we dug that up and we're going to plant something else. In this bed we have callaloo. If you plant callaloo once, your neighborhood will have it forever. And there are more asparagus long beans here. These are much bigger than you would want to harvest them, but they're super prolific. We've been a little bit behind on watering, taking care of other projects. So our annuals haven't been that good this year. This is Lula avocado, which is getting pretty big. This is Trumpo canistel, or egg fruit. It has a few on it. We had our Meyer lemon in the ground there for like 8 years. It has never produced anything this year. It produced 3 little small lemons. So we ripped it up because it has greening. So the Namdok My Mango can get much bigger. So we're just using this as storage, little nursery area for now. And then we have Simmons avocado in the ground. More Cassia. Along the fence on the outside, we're using all of our space for our food forest. So we're growing perennial cucumber. I made a video on that, how you can propagate it, use it, and how to pick the good ones. So this is so prolific. It's insane. And this bed is full of sweet potatoes. There we have jujube. This is the sugar cane. No, that's the Lee. This is the sugar cane. The sugar cane is sending up pups throughout the garden, so that's not fun. And that front trellis, those are all strawberries. They're suffering in the heat, but the sweet potatoes love the heat. Here are zinnia next to the ice cream mango. We're growing more pigeon pea. We're going to try to make pigeon pea hummus. This is another mame. That might be the Lorito. In this bed, it's full of arrowroot, another carb you grow in the ground. And then these are jackfruit seedlings. You can see our sugarcane, our living fence of sugarcane. This is a Redlands white sapote. And then up our tree, we're growing fragrant melon. It's all the way up there. And we just have peppers throughout, and this is a Morena sapodilla. The last one is Thai jujube, and that's this one. It's flowering. Alright, there you have it. I hope that you enjoyed the tour. A lot of things are in bloom this Florida summer. Hope that you're inspired to maybe grow something in your own garden. A lot of the things in the food forest are only less than a year old, so don't be discouraged that you can't do this. Everyone can do this. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the next one.